Hey Pottery Plus, welcome back to the spooky studio. Only spooky for now. I'm here back with my fall scented candle with another spooky studio story for you. And this story is from the last place I lived, and it was a duplex. It was built in about the 70s, and I lived there for 9 years. So I lived at this duplex for a long time. And before I moved to the house that I'm in now, I've only lived here about a year. So it still feels pretty new at the new space. But at my old house, at the duplex, there was an office in the front of the space, and that was what I used for my studio space. It wasn't always my studio space because I had roommates there and things like that, but eventually I ended up living there on my own for several years, and so I turned that into a studio space, and it was great. I was so lucky to have had that space in a house that I was just living in by myself and renting, and it was just really fortunate for me that I could make that work, and I always felt like just very lucky to have that extra space in my home for that. So the spooky part of the story doesn't take place exactly in the studio, but it's mostly in the hallway that was just right in front of, like, kind of adjacent to the studio space. So it was in a part of the house where I would spend a lot of time. And this home had a happy feeling to it to me. Like, my sister, who's kind of sensitive to things, had always said that she felt like there was something there. She never used the word like a spirit, but I think the couple of people that I did talk to about this, about what I was feeling, we didn't have to specify. It was just like I feel like there was a spirit there, and I feel like it was the spirit of a woman. And, but it was a very happy, feeling in the house. There was never anything like dark or scary that happened there. It just felt like it felt kind of alive in an interesting way. So this feeling that I had about that place, about there being something there, it like grew over the years that I was there, and I got really attached, like, to the place and kind of to that feeling, because I just didn't ever really feel too alone when I lived there. And like I said, it was just a happy feeling. It was never a feeling, I mean, sometimes it was creepy, because anytime you're experiencing anything that you can't, like, see or put a name to, you know, it can be creepy. I take that back. There would be times when I would feel like a little shiver, but overall it was mostly positive. So anyway, two things happened there towards the very end of us. I eventually ended up, my last few years there, I didn't live there alone, but that was when these couple of interesting things happened that I felt like they were a little bit of confirmation that maybe what I had been feeling all those years really was something that was there. So, you know, there had been a lot of fodder with me and family members and friends about, like, the ghost or the spirit, the energy, that kind of thing. And so I had a friend over one day, and we were drinking wine, and she was like, it had always been a topic of conversation that hallway that I described in front of the studio space was kind of like the pinnacle of where there was just a feeling there. There was just a feeling there. Some people didn't like it, and they thought it was uncomfortable, but I agreed that I felt like that's kind of where it was centered, but it didn't feel uncomfortable to me or to her. So she was like, let's just go sit in there and, like, try to sort of just be open and see if anything happens. And I don't know what we were expecting. I don't think we were expecting anything. We were just kind of half being silly, but also just our curiosity. And this was at a time when I think I knew I was getting ready to move. So it was just like, let's just go do it now. You know, we're not going to have all the time in the world to maybe go sit down and see if we can experience something. So we go in there and sit down, like, on either ends of the hall. And it was not a long hall. It was maybe, like, I don't know, maybe 10 feet long. So it was a really just a little transitional spot. And it had 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, kind of shooting off. So it wasn't like a long, creepy hallway. And you could see other rooms and windows and, you know, different parts of the house from this hallway. So we weren't, like, you know, tucked away in, like, a creepy little skinny hallway. It wasn't like that. We're sitting there, and we probably sat there for not too long, maybe 10 minutes. And we were just sitting there quietly with our eyes closed. And kind of in the middle of it, we both heard a sound like this. like that. So not a scary sound. Sounded like a woman, but a distinctive sound. And I thought it was my friend. And come to find out, when we opened our eyes, she thought it was me. And so it wasn't like a freak out moment. It wasn't like a scary thing. It was just like, whoa, you heard that and I heard that. And there was just not a lot of easy explanations for where that sound could have come from. My partner John was in the house, but it was certainly not his voice. So that, I thought that was cool, because to me that would have kind of like supported the feeling of the spirit that I had always kind of felt like was there, like a contented woman who's just loves this home and maybe loved seeing other people have a happy life there too. You know, that was kind of the vibe that I got from that. So that was the first thing. The second thing was, you know, this is just kind of dawning on me, you guys, but this is all kind of happening in the run up to me moving out of that place, which now I'm making a connection, like maybe she was like saying goodbye or something. Okay, anyway. So I made myself a video of the duplex, like a little tour, just for myself, not for any content or anything. I just didn't want to forget like what it looked like and how we had it set up and all that. So I took a video, and didn't notice anything while I was filming the video. But I went back and watched it like a lot later, like I think after I had moved, because I just wanted to see it again. And I knew I was going to want something like that to hold on to. And there's a part in the video where I get to that creepy hallway and I say, this is the hallway where some people have felt a little creeped out. And I think I say, but it's not a bad creeped out, it's a good creeped out. And you hear a distinctive like 2 knocks, like that. And the first time I saw it, again, I wasn't scared, but it was just like, I don't know, just almost like disbelief. Like, that had to be something logical to explain that, but I can't remember. Well, obviously I wasn't able to ever like, you know, look around and confirm, because I had already moved out of the house. So I wasn't able to like go around and check and see if there could have been anything that made that sound. And I had just closed some closet doors like before that part of the video. So I sort of wondered if they were just like adjusting or something, but it was just so weird that I didn't hear it when it happened. And it's like right at that part where I'm talking about the creepy hallway. So I kind of feel like maybe we were in a high energetic season because we were getting ready to move, and I was really sad about that. And I love my new home, but I was really attached to that place, and I think it might have been attached to me too. We had some healing years together, and then some really happy years together. So yeah, those are the 2 things I feel like that confirmed that maybe something was going on at that place. And when I left there was definitely like a morning kind of time, but honestly, Daniela helped me to know some little rituals that I could do for like gratitude and saying goodbye and letting things pass, you know, letting seasons pass peacefully. So when we moved out of there, I left some little bouquet of flowers that I had made and some gum and a piece of candy, because she just said leave, you know, you can do that little ritual to leave food and flowers as like an offering. So we did that and said goodbye. It was a very tearful day moving out of there, but yeah, that kind of wraps up that story. And we literally moved 2 blocks away, and so I still drive by constantly. I'm like stalking I think it's an older lady that lives there now. Like I've seen like some holiday decorations over there, and so I know that they're taking care of it. And yeah, that makes me really happy. It makes me happy that I'm still close by. So if you have any stories that you want to share that could possibly be supernatural, I would love to hear them. And in particular, like spirits that you might think are like happy or that you kind of bonded with. Like that was an interesting part of this for me, was like I just felt so bonded with whatever was going on at that place. If it was anything, who knows? But anyway, happy Halloween. Thank you for joining us for this story. I hope that you're having a lovely fall, a lovely day, a lovely week, and that you don't get too scared today on Halloween. So I guess next we'll be going into the Christmas season. So goodbye spooky season. Hello Thanksgiving and Christmas. Hopefully that will not be too traumatizing for any of us. Okay, I'm gonna stop blabbing. Bye Pottery Plus. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And I hope it's a great 2 weeks for you. See you there. Bye.